Then continue it with a series of conferences. And at the outset, I would like to welcome my head of department, Professor N.K. Pandey, and Professor Avinash Khare, who is the Vice Chancellor of the Sikkim Central University as well as the State University. He is Vice Chancellor of the two universities. And Professor Amita Das, I can see Vinod also here, and Professor Bharti Vaidya, Professor Goldstein is also here. I welcome you all. And as a gesture, I would request my head of department, Professor N.K. Pandey, sir, to welcome you all to this conference. Over to you, Pandey.
Thank you very much, Dr. Punit. I'm very happy for this international conference, and of course, I'm thankful also for giving me the opportunity to welcome all the delegates, our guests, to the, of course, virtually only, to the city of Nawabs, the city of etiquette, Lucknow. This is the second international conference on plasma theory and simulations, PTS 2022. And taking a conference as a series of conferences is a very tough task. And if somebody takes the task of doing it, it's really credible. We have already in our department held 6 national conferences on nanotechnology. So we know the pains and the organization complexes that are there in it. So very commendable job to take up the task of having a series of international conferences. And this being the second, I am proud that University of Lucknow Department of Physics is hosting this particular conference. That is the second international conference in plasma theory and simulations, PTS 2022. And of course, the theme of this conference especially has been kept at innovations in plasma physics. I would not like to say even a single word on plasma because I do not belong to this area. And there are large number of experts already present on the screen. So, but I would like to certainly welcome all the delegates on behalf of the Department of Physics, University of Lucknow, to this second international conference on plasma. I would especially like to welcome Professor Avinash Khare, who is Honorable Vice Chancellor of Sikkim University. You are welcome virtually to the Department of Physics, University of Lucknow, sir. I would also like to welcome Professor Amita Das. She is from IIT Delhi. And certainly, being a student of IIT Delhi, she becomes a guru to me, guru ma to me. So welcome, Professor Das, to the Department of Physics, University of Lucknow. And I would also like to welcome all the delegates who will be deliberating on various aspects of innovations in plasma for the next 3 days. So let me welcome all the delegates to this conference and let me wish this conference a great success. But at the same time, I have seen the pains being taken by Dr. Punit Kumar and his organizing team in organizing this conference. So certainly, kudos to him, and the department is grateful to you for organizing this international conference in the Department of Physics, University of Lucknow. You are bringing laurels to the department. Thank you very much, Dr. Punit. And once again, welcome all the delegates on board to the International Conference on Plasma Theory and Simulations, PTS 2022. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. So as per the Indian tradition, we will start our day with Saraswati Vandana and lighting of the lamp.
Ya kundendu tushar dhavala, ya shubhra vastravrita, ya veena varadanda vanditakara, ya shveta padmasana, या ब्रह्मा च ब्रह्माच्युतशङ्करप्रभृतिभिः देवैः सदा वन्दिता सा मां पातु सरस्वती भगवती निःशेषजालापहा। शुक्लां ब्रह्मविचारसारपरमा आद्यां जगद्व्यापिनीं वीणापुस्तकधारिणीम् अभयदां जाड्यान्धकारापहा। हस्ते स्फाटिकमालिकां विदधतीं पद्मासने संस्थितां वन्दे तां परमेश्वरीं भगवतीं बुद्धिप्रदां शारदाम्।
Thank you, everyone. Now I will request Professor Avinash Khare to share a few words about the conferences. It is his motivation that we are organizing this theory conference, and he has been a constant support for us. Professor Khare sir, kindly give us blessings.
Thank you, Dr. Punit Kumar. Am I audible and visible?
Yes, sir.
Professor Bijen Singh, Dean Faculty of Science, University of Lucknow. Professor N.K. Pandey, Head Department of Physics, University of Lucknow. Dr. Punit Kumar, the organizer of this conference, and his team. All the participants who are present offline and online. I'm very happy to be here in this inaugural function of PTS, which stands for Plasma Theory and Simulation Conference 2022, organized by Dr. Punit Kumar in University of Lucknow. As has already been emphasized by Professor Pandey, that he has done a great effort. It requires a great effort to organize a conference of this magnitude, international conference. And I think he has done a wonderful job. He and his team has done a wonderful job for which he should be congratulated. Ladies and gentlemen, the importance of plasma science cannot be underestimated. It's a very important area of science which is going to become more and more relevant as we go into 21st century. I'm deliberately calling it plasma science and not plasma physics, because ladies and gentlemen, over past 25, 30 years, this branch has come out from the bounds of physics. It's no more a sub-branch of physics. It has crossed over the boundaries of physics and has gone into, various other disciplines like medical science and as well as and also engineering. For instance, in the recent past, it has made tremendous progress in the field of plasma medicine. The new and novel applications which have come forth and which are going to be very relevant. Similarly, in the field of engineering, plasma thrust technology, plasma propulsion, it has a wide-ranging application. On one hand, it is applicable to astrophysical problems where we try to understand problems related to formation of stars, planets, and then ranging from basic physics, basic sciences, it goes over to medical sciences and ultimately engineering sciences. So obviously it has wide-ranging application, and as we go into 21st century, deeper into 21st century, I'm sure it will become more and more relevant. And therefore it is prudent on us to train our young scientists in this field, by organizing conferences like these more and more, which are more relevant to this particular field of science. And as we go into 21st century, what is becoming very clear to me is that the way we do research has considerably undergone a change. Analytic calculations, we used to do earlier analytic calculations on paper and pencil, which used to be very revealing and, at one time. But over the years now, it is very clear that with the advent of plasma simulation, that as we go into 21st century, simulation is going to become more and more important and a very important tool for investigating problems in plasma science. And therefore, we need to train our young scientists, our upcoming young scientists, our plasma scientists in the field of plasma simulation. With this aim in mind, we had undertaken an initiative to start a plasma science society, especially devoted to simulations. And we had undertaken some efforts in this direction in 2022, January of 2020. Unfortunately, we could not, there was the meeting held in Delhi University Department of Physics, but we could not make progress because COVID intervened. But then this initiative has now been taken by Dr. Punit Kumar to organize conferences like these, which are devoted not only to simulation, but also to a bit of theory, which is a very welcome step. And I hope that this process, these conferences, the series, this is not just one conference, as I can see from the title, it is the second conference. I hope that the process of these conferences will go on. This is the second, I'm sure, third and fourth. These conferences will be organized, devoted to not only theory, but most importantly to plasma simulations. And I'm told that there is a meeting which is going to be held tomorrow in the evening about how to organize these conferences further. And in the next conference, I am told is going to be held in JNU. It's a very welcome step. I see a lot of prospects and a lot of hope on these conferences of these nature that they will be able to train our young scientists, plasma scientists in the field of simulation and theory, and thereby make them more relevant to the needs of 21st century. So I wish the best of success for this conference. Over a period of 3 days, we'll deliberate on various things, which I'm sure are going to be very exciting and very relevant. And I hope all the best for the deliberations. And I hope that the process of this conference goes on. We'll meet tomorrow in the evening, decide how to organize, whether we have to form a society or how to go about organizing these conferences in future. We can decide about all that tomorrow in the evening. So with this, I'll end my short speech, and I wish all the best for the conference. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Now I request Professor Amita Das ma'am to shower her blessings in some few words.
Thank you, Punit, for inviting me here, and all the other organizations. I'm very thankful. And it's as Avinash has mentioned, it's a meeting ground for, you have created a meeting ground for theoreticians and simulation physicists, plasma physicists particularly. So this is a very good initiative, and I wish all the very best, and your deliberations in the coming 2 days will be very fruitful. So thank you, Professor Pandey, for a very warm welcome and considering me as a Guruma. And once again, I'm very excited about it. So thanks a lot.
Thank you, ma'am. And now, since we are running out of time, I would request Professor Khare, sir, to